My child, listen carefully to the words I am speaking into your heart. This moment is not a coincidence, nor is it just another voice among the clamor of your day. I am reaching out to you with the fullness of my love and the entirety of my attention. I see you in your quiet spaces, in the moments you believe no one notices. I know the doubts that linger in the corners of your mind and the fears that threaten to overshadow your faith. I have come to assure you that you are not alone, and that everything I long to share with you in this very moment has the power to bring transformation. If you will stay with me, listening to every word, you will discover answers to questions you have held tightly in your heart, and you will see the path before you illuminated with my divine light. I understand that your day is filled with countless distractions, pressures at work, concerns about your family, anxieties about finances, or a swirl of voices telling you what you must become. Yet I want you to rest in my presence right now. You do not have to strive to capture my attention. You already have it. I formed you, I cherish you, and I have never taken my eyes off you. I know how exhausting it can be when you try to keep everything together on your own. You were not made to carry such burdens alone. Let me bear them with you and for you. Let me walk beside you through the storms, the deserts, and every uncharted road. When you lean on me, you will find a peace that goes beyond your own understanding. I want you to soak in the reality of my care for you. The world often paints a picture of a distant and disinterested deity, but I want you to see my heart. I know your dreams, those aspirations you have shared with few, the deeply held desires you've whispered to me in prayer, perhaps with tears in your eyes when no one else was around. I also know your struggles, those places of uncertainty where you wonder if you've truly heard my voice, the repeated patterns of sin that you can't seem to break free from, and the regrets you carry that weigh on your soul. In all of these things, my love for you remains steadfast and unchanging. I do not waver or turn my back on you when you feel lost. Instead, I extend my hand and wait for you to place your hand in mine. The blessings I am eager to pour out upon you are not empty promises. They are crafted specifically for you from the depths of my eternal heart. Yet many of my beloved children miss these blessings because they step away too soon. They allow doubt, impatience, or the busyness of life to drown out the gentle nudges of my spirit. Do not let this be your story. Let your heart remain open, even when circumstances suggest you should close it. Let your ears remain attentive, even when the voices around you clamor for your attention. Let your spirit remain expectant, trusting that I have good things in store for you, no matter how bleak things may appear on the surface. Know that these blessings I speak of are not merely material, though I do delight in caring for your physical needs. My blessings run deeper, reaching into the innermost chambers of your soul. They are the quiet assurances that cradle you when fear tries to shake you. They are the bursts of joy that uplift you when the nights grow long and lonely. They are the strength you discover within yourself when you thought you had none left to give. My blessings are about completeness and wholeness, about restoration and renewal, about guiding you into the fullness of life I have designed for you. I do not give you these gifts reluctantly. I give them eagerly, out of the abundance of love that defines who I am. My child, do you realize how intimately I know you? I see every tear that falls from your eyes and hear every prayer that quivers through your lips. There is not a sigh or a whisper that escapes my notice. You may question why certain prayers appear to go unanswered. You might wonder why I seem silent at times. Understand that I am not inattentive to your cries. My answers come in various ways. Sometimes I remove obstacles right away or open doors before you even realize you need them opened. At other times, I gently close doors to protect you from that which would harm you or lead you astray. There are also moments when I ask you to wait, not as a punishment, but as a preparation. The seed that lies dormant in the soil is not lifeless. It is gathering strength to break through the ground and produce new life. So too, do I work in the unseen parts of your journey, cultivating growth that will one day bloom into blessings you cannot currently imagine. I am never late and never early. My timing is perfect because I see the beginning and the end in a single, eternal glance. While you perceive time in moments and hours, I perceive time in its entirety. Trust that I know when the harvest is ripe. Trust that I know when the child is fully formed. Trust that I know precisely when to bring your breakthrough so that it accomplishes more in you than you ever believed possible. This requires you to place your anxieties and uncertainties in my hands, believing that I am orchestrating every moment in alignment with a tapestry far grander than you can see right now. When you feel that your strength is failing, when you look around and it seems all hope is gone, lean into me. Release your burdens at my feet. Surrender is not capitulation. It is the yielding of your heart to something greater than yourself. When you surrender, you create space for my power to operate in your life. You shed the weight of carrying solutions you were never meant to carry alone. Letting go of fear, doubt, and the need to control does not render you powerless. It paves the way for my divine strength to flow through you without obstruction. I want to reassure you that you do not have to be perfect for me to love you fiercely. My love is constant, unwavering, and is not contingent on your performance. Many have grown up believing they must earn my affection by adhering to specific standards or by never making mistakes. That is not the way of my kingdom. My love for you is a reality that stands firm, even in your weakest moments, even when you fail, and even when you believe you have let me down. Like a loving parent who is overjoyed by the first faltering steps of a child, I am overjoyed by your heart that seeks me and longs to walk in my ways. When you stumble, I am there to catch you. When you fall, I am there to lift you again. My love does not shrink back because you falter. These words are meant to remind you of the depth of my commitment to you. I do not desire to see you living weighed down by shame or inadequacy. I want to see you thriving in the knowledge that you are my beloved creation. From that place of security, you can step into the calling I have placed upon your life. Whatever gifts or passions I have instilled in your heart, I did so with the knowledge that you can make a difference in this world. You don't need to compare your journey with anyone else's. What I have for you is uniquely your own, and it fits into the grand design that will ultimately show my glory to those who have yet to know me. My child, I also want you to know the unimaginable power of trust. Trust is the key that opens the door to blessings that are waiting just on the other side. When you hold back because of fear or uncertainty, you effectively lock yourself out of the flow of my goodness. Trust sometimes demands letting go of your need for clarity or control, recognizing that I see what you cannot. It means saying yes to me even when your circumstances scream no. And in that, yes, you will find me faithful, sustaining you through every trial, walking you through every valley, and leading you into every victory. I hear the silent questions of your heart, such as, God, when will my breakthrough come? Have you forgotten the promises you made to me? Rest assured, I have not forgotten. Every word I have spoken to you stands firm. My delay is not my denial. It often means I am shaping you until you are ready to fully carry the weight of the blessing. If I were to give you certain things prematurely, you might not be prepared to handle them wisely. My delays are, in fact, wrapped in my love. They are a testament to my caring hand that wants the best for you in the long run, even if it means you must walk a path of growth and refinement for a season. Sometimes you view obedience as a burden or a list of prohibitions. I want to shift your perspective. Obedience is not about confining you. It is about freeing you. Each command or principle I lay out before you is designed to protect your heart, to guide you into a life of greater fulfillment, and to draw you closer to me. Just as fire can either provide warmth or cause harm, my directives are there to ensure that you experience the warmth of my goodness without falling into harm's path. When you choose obedience, you align your life with my design, creating a resonance with the divine order of the universe. The more you walk in that alignment, the more my favor and provision become evident in your life. I also desire for you to understand that you are blessed to be a blessing. Often the world teaches you to hoard resources, time, and energy as if they were scarce. In my kingdom, generosity is the currency of love. When you allow my blessings to flow through you, you become an extension of my hands and feet in a world that often feels cold and indifferent. Whether it is through a kind word, a patient ear, a gift of finances, or simply offering hope to someone who has lost theirs, you reflect my character by giving. And in giving, you will find that your own heart overflows with a satisfaction that material possessions alone can never provide. There is nothing too hard for me, my child. When you stand before a mountain that looms impossibly large, remember the testimonies of those who came before you. I parted seas, crumbled fortified walls, sealed lions' mouths, and raised the dead to life. I have not lost any power or grown weary. I remain the Almighty, and I love demonstrating my power in the lives of those who trust me enough to believe that the impossible can become reality. The moment you begin to doubt your ability to overcome, remember that it is never about your ability alone. It is about my ability working through you. I mourn for every one of my children who walk away from my words too soon. If you leave now, you might miss a revelation that could unlock the very breakthrough you have been seeking. How many times does a person pray for a sign, for direction, only to turn away the moment before I speak? I am not finished yet. I have a deep well of wisdom, grace, and truth still to pour into you. Receive it without haste. Take hold of it in faith and let it nourish your soul. I want you to realize that the greatest blessing I could ever give you is not a single solution to a pressing problem, nor a relief from a temporary struggle, though I do care for those needs. The greatest blessing is my presence. When you seek me for who I am, rather than for what I can do, you will find a wellspring of life that never runs dry. You see, material blessings might vanish and circumstances might shift, but my presence remains a constant source of warmth, guidance, and love. When I say, seek my face, it is an invitation to intimacy. It is an invitation to know me in a way that transcends any particular season of your life, whether joyful or sorrowful. Waiting is part of the human experience, but it takes on a different dimension when you wait with me. Instead of feeling idle and unproductive, remember the seed under the soil. Waiting is the time of germination, the process in which the roots of your faith dig deep into the ground of my promises. Each passing day, though it might feel long, can be a day of unseen growth. If you uproot the seed too soon out of impatience, you forfeit the harvest that was meant to come in due season. Take courage in the knowledge that I see the entirety of the process. I have not abandoned you. I am nurturing you, preparing you, and ensuring that when the fruit appears, you will be ready to receive it with a grateful heart. Fear and doubt are voices that attempt to shout louder than my truth. They tell you that you are incapable, that the walls around you are insurmountable, that your struggles define you. I want you to refute those lies with the reality of my word. I have not given you a spirit of fear. You are mine, and I have equipped you with the power of my spirit, the love of a father who gave everything for you, and a sound mind that can discern truth from falsehood. When fear tries to cripple you, and doubt tries to confound you, remember to lift up the shield of faith. Stand firm and declare that I am greater than any challenge in your path. Gratitude is a doorway to deeper relationship with me. When you wake up and choose to thank me, even if your circumstances are less than ideal, you unleash a powerful force that shifts your perspective. Instead of being dragged down by what you lack, you begin to see the countless ways in which I am already at work in your life. Gratitude doesn't negate the validity of your pain. Instead, it allows you to see rays of light amid the shadows. That small shift in your heart can create an atmosphere where miracles happen, where faith grows, and where joy takes root, even in seasons of struggle. In times of decision and confusion, you may feel lost. It might seem like every path has pitfalls and you're not sure which step to take. Remember that I have promised to be a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. If you seek my guidance, I will give it to you. Many times the answers you seek arrive through my gentle whispers rather than thunderous announcements. You need to quiet your soul to hear the subtle leading of my spirit. Take time away from the noise, open my word, and spend moments in prayer. Let me order your steps, for I can see what you cannot. My vision is clear, and I know which paths lead to life and which lead to dead ends. Rest is another gift I offer you, a holy pause amid the demands of life. Even I chose to rest after creating the universe, not because I needed to, but to set an example for you, my beloved. Rest is not just about physical sleep. It is about exhaling all your worries and inhaling my peace. When you come into my presence with the intention to rest, you place your entire self, body, mind, and spirit into my hands, trusting that I'm strong enough to hold you. In that resting, you find renewed strength, clarity of mind, and a softened heart, ready to receive fresh revelations of my goodness. You may wonder at times, why would God, who is so mighty and vast, care about the intricacies of my little life? My child, I care because I am love. My essence is not simply about power, but about relationship. I created you for communion with me, and I take great delight in every detail of who you are. Each hair on your head, every cell in your body, none of it is beyond my attention. I knit you together with intention, design, and purpose. This means I'm intimately aware of your strengths, your quirks, your struggles, and your desires. And I say to you, you are perfectly loved. Faith is like a muscle, it grows as you use it. When I invite you to walk by faith, I'm inviting you into a deeper partnership with me. This partnership requires that you take steps without always seeing the entire map. Abraham didn't know his final destination when I called him out of his homeland, yet he obeyed. His obedience opened the floodgates of blessing, not only for himself, but for generations to come. When you step forward in faith, you impact more than just your own life. You become part of a legacy of trust and miracles that reverberates across time. Similarly, obedience is not about checking boxes to earn divine favor. It is a response of love to the one who has already poured out unmerited favor upon you. When you choose to obey my voice, you safeguard your heart from the pitfalls of pride, lust, greed, and anything else that seeks to undermine the joy I want for you. Consider the parent who warns a child not to touch a hot stove. The command is not to limit the child's freedom, but to protect them from harm. So, it is with me. Every command I give you flows from my desire to see you flourish and remain unharmed by the dangers that lurk beyond your immediate vision. My blessings, then, have a purpose beyond your personal gain. When I pour my goodness into your life, whether it be through provision, talent, revelation, or influence, I do so not only to lift you up, but to also reach those around you. You become a living testimony of my grace. People may see the transformation in your life, the joy in your eyes, and the generosity in your hands and wonder what has changed. That is your opportunity to point them to me, to demonstrate what my love can do in a willing heart. This cycle of receiving and giving is at the core of my kingdom. It is not about accumulating more for yourself. It is about reflecting my heart to a world that desperately needs hope. I know that from a human perspective, some obstacles seem impossible. Perhaps it is a physical illness with no known cure, a relationship that has deteriorated beyond repair, or financial ruin that threatens your stability. In these moments, it's tempting to declare, "There's no way out." But I am the God who makes a path where there appears to be none. I am the one who can breathe life into dry bones, who can bring rivers into deserts, and who can take a heart of stone and replace it with a heart of flesh. Your impossibilities are the staging ground for my miracles. Rather than shrinking in defeat, bring those challenges to me. Watch how I will move in ways that confound logic and exceed your highest expectations. It pains my heart when you turn away from me too soon, right when I'm about to speak a life-changing word. So I urge you, remain open, remain steadfast in seeking me, remain committed to hearing every word I have to say. If you believe in me, if you trust that I am your heavenly Father who longs to help you, then let your faith show in how you stay. Resist the urge to rush past this divine appointment. Let your heart be still. Receive the fullness of what I long to pour into you right now. Stay close to me, because this is only the beginning of what I want to reveal. Know that in these revelations, I don't merely promise you fleeting comforts. I promise you myself. There is a difference between the blessings I give and the blesser I am. When you seek only the blessings, you risk reducing our relationship to a transactional one. But when you seek me, you discover a love so deep it transcends every boundary, a hope that doesn't hinge on circumstances, and a joy that no sorrow can quench. That is why I repeatedly beckon you to seek my face. I am the source, and from me flows every blessing imaginable. Waiting is often where you grow the most. Faith is not measured in the times you receive immediate answers. It is forged in the quiet seasons of anticipation. The world often mocks waiting, equating it with passivity. But waiting with me is an active posture of trust. It is believing that I am moving even when you see no evidence. It is resting in the assurance that the seed of promise you planted by faith will germinate in due time. It is yielding to the understanding that my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. My child, I invite you to see waiting as a sacred space rather than a holding cell. In that space, I refine your character, deepen your faith, and draw your heart closer to mine. Fear and doubt will try to persuade you that I am not worthy of your trust. They will point to your unanswered prayers, the storms in your life, or the darkness in the world. But remember, my beloved, that fear and doubt do not come from me. I am the one who said, "Do not fear, for I am with you." I am the one who told you that perfect love casts out fear. I am the one who reassures you that, even in the valley of the shadow of death, I will be your guiding shepherd. Let my words be louder in your heart than the voices of worry. Let my promises be your anchor, your strong tower, and your refuge. Gratitude is a secret weapon against despair. Whenever you thank me, even for the smallest things, you magnify my presence in your life. That is because gratitude lifts your eyes from your troubles to the blessings I have already placed before you. When I fed thousands of people with 5 loaves and 2 fishes, I first gave thanks. Giving thanks in moments of lack opens the door for multiplication. Giving thanks in moments of confusion brings clarity. Giving thanks when your heart is heavy invites my comfort. That is why I call on you to cultivate a lifestyle of gratitude, where praise becomes your default response rather than complaint or worry. When you need direction, never forget that I am the God who leads. If I can lead my people through the wilderness with a cloud by day and a fire by night, can I not also guide your steps today? My spirit dwells within you, prompting your heart in ways you sometimes cannot articulate. I may also choose to speak through Scripture, through the wise counsel of others, or through unexpected circumstances that align in ways you never planned. Do not assume that I only speak through dramatic events. Sometimes my direction is as gentle as a breeze. If your heart remains open, you will sense these subtle shifts, these nudges, and you will learn to recognize my voice more clearly each day. I see how tired you are. I know you've been striving to manage your own life, to achieve, to please, to solve every problem by yourself. But I invite you to rest. Not merely a physical rest, but a soul-level rest where you stop striving to win love or acceptance. In my arms, you already have it. You do not have to earn my affection through busyness or perfection. I love you now, as you are, and I want you to slow down enough to let that truth sink deeply into your being. When you rest in me, you position yourself to receive restoration. I pour into you the strength you need for what lies ahead. My love is not subject to human limitations or conditions. I love you beyond your wildest imaginations because it is my nature to love. I am not looking for reasons to withhold my affection from you. On the contrary, I'm constantly looking for ways to reveal it more fully to you. If you ever doubt your worth, look to the cross. There, I demonstrated just how far I was willing to go to bring you back to me. My love bridges every gap, covers every sin, and heals every wound. It is a fierce love that pursues you even when you try to run away. It does not waver when you question me, nor diminish when you fall short of your own standards. It remains as sure as the rising sun, unwavering and strong. Faith unlocks my favor. It is not a formula, but a relational exchange. When you trust me, you open the door for me to show up in ways you cannot anticipate. Abraham believed my promise even when circumstances looked impossible, and he became the father of a multitude. Mary believed my words and became the bearer of the Savior of the world. When you choose to believe, you align yourself with my eternal perspective rather than the temporary setbacks you may see. Faith involves risk, but it is a risk rooted in my unchanging character, not in mere wishful thinking. Never underestimate the significance of your purpose. Even if you believe your life is ordinary or unremarkable, know that no life is ordinary in my kingdom. I created you with intentions that stretch far beyond the boundaries of your current understanding. Your gifts and passions are clues to that purpose. I place desires within you to serve as indicators of what I have called you to do. As you walk in obedience, your purpose unfolds like a tapestry, each thread weaving into a beautiful portrait that reflects my glory. The puzzle pieces may not always make sense in the moment, but trust that I see the finished masterpiece. Every chapter of your story can be used for my glory if you surrender it to me. My presence is the ultimate treasure. When you remain aware of me, you carry a piece of heaven wherever you go. You become a walking testimony that transforms your environment. My presence goes with you into your home, your workplace, your community, and your relationships. The peace, joy, and love that flow out of you will not be of your own making, but a result of abiding in me. When others wonder at the kindness in your words or the grace in your actions, you can point them back to me, explaining that I am the source of every good and perfect gift. Remember that I am eager to bless you. This longing of mine is not fleeting or conditional. It is born out of my endless love for you. Each blessing carries within it a piece of my heart. when you find renewed strength to face another day. That's a blessing. When you experience a breakthrough in finances, relationships, or health, that's a blessing. When you encounter peace in the midst of chaos, that's my blessing. These blessings, both big and small, serve as signposts of my goodness. Keep your eyes open for them. Let gratitude bloom each time you recognize my hand at work. You may face seasons of darkness or despair, and in those moments, your faith might waver. But I urge you to remember that darkness cannot extinguish the light I have placed within you. Where the enemy seeks to sow seeds of hopelessness, I sow seeds of promise. Where the world tries to crush your spirit, I speak life. You are not defined by the trials you endure. You are defined by the love that claims you. The enemy would have you believe that your failures disqualify you from my blessings. But the truth is that my grace is made perfect in your weakness. I do not bless you because of your perfection. I bless you because you are mine. If at times you find it difficult to believe these words, bring that doubt honestly to me. I will not turn you away. I already know the questions hidden in your heart. In voicing them, you free yourself to hear my answers more clearly. You might hear my voice in the gentleness of a sunrise, the wisdom of a friend, or the quiet conviction that settles on your spirit. Keep in mind that I am not threatened by your doubts. I am here to dispel them with my truth. Your obedience is a powerful statement of trust. It proclaims to the world that you believe in my goodness enough to follow me, even when you don't have all the details. When you obey, you position yourself under the covering of my provision. This does not mean you will never face hardship, but it means you will never face it alone. My hand will guide you, my spirit will empower you, and my word will comfort you. Choose obedience, not out of fear, but out of a deep desire to stay close to my heart, where you can experience my presence and favor in its fullest measure. One of the most beautiful ways you can reflect my nature is by sharing your blessings. Do not let fear trick you into believing there is only so much to go around. My resources are boundless. When you give, whether it is your time, money, talents, or even a listening ear, you are planting seeds of hope in someone else's life. And as you scatter these seeds, I will pour back into your life so that you lack nothing you need to continue being a blessing. There is tremendous joy in serving others for my sake. In doing so, you mirror the generosity of my heart, a generosity that gave the world my only begotten Son. Mountains of impossibility are not meant to intimidate you. They are invitations for my power to be displayed. When you reach the limit of your abilities, you step into the realm where I operate. I am the God of the impossible, and I delight in turning what the world calls a dead end into a doorway for new beginnings. If you ever doubt whether I still perform miracles, look around you. Every breath you take, every sunrise, every beat of your heart, these are daily miracles testifying to my sustaining power. Trust me to extend that same power into the challenges you face. It saddens me when you break away before receiving the fullness of what I have to share. If you believe in me as your Heavenly Father, I invite you to make a simple act of acknowledgement, not because I need your validation, but because a public declaration of faith strengthens your resolve and testifies to the world that you stand with me. Do not be ashamed to admit your dependence on me, for dependence on the one true God is not weakness. It is the very essence of wisdom. Above all, remember that a deep relationship with me surpasses the fleeting satisfaction of any single blessing. If I offered you only material riches and never gave you my presence, you would remain incomplete. But if I offer you my presence, even without instant solutions or material gains, you will find a wellspring that quenches every thirst of your soul. That is why I urge you again, seek my face, seek the blesser, and the blessings will flow naturally. Waiting is not a futile act. It is a period of transformation. Think of the caterpillar in its cocoon. From the outside, it appears dormant, but inside, extraordinary changes are occurring, leading to the emergence of a butterfly. Similarly, you might feel stuck or hidden, but I am working. I never waste time. Everything I allow in your life can serve a purpose in shaping you into the reflection of my glory. Embrace the wait. Let it refine you. Fear and doubt will attempt to overshadow your faith, but I have equipped you with the armor of my truth. In those moments of spiritual battle, remind yourself of who you are in me. You are a child of light and a citizen of my kingdom. The darkness has no claim on you. Proclaim my promises aloud. Let your heart and mind resonate with my words instead of the enemy's lies. Stand firm in the knowledge that you are secure under my wing, where no harm can truly destroy who you are in me. Gratitude shifts atmospheres. The moment you start thanking me for what I've already done, for who I am, and for the blessings yet to come, you create an environment where faith thrives. Gratitude transforms your interior landscape. It narrows the gap between your heart and mine, allowing you to discern my voice more clearly. With a grateful heart, you're less likely to miss the gentle whispers of my spirit. In your gratitude, you also remind yourself of my faithfulness in the past, which fortifies your hope for the future. When the road ahead is confusing and you're unsure which direction to take, seek my wisdom. It is not hidden or withheld. I promise that if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask me, and I will give generously without finding fault. My wisdom is pure, peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy, and impartial. As you follow the leading of my spirit, your path will grow clearer. It might not happen in a single flash of revelation, but step by step, I will guide you toward the place where my plans unfold. And even if you make a turn that seems wrong, trust that I can realign you, much like a GPS recalculating a route. I'm not deterred by your missteps. I only ask for a surrendered heart ready to follow. Still, I implore you, do not step away now. This is not the finish line. There is more I wish to impart to you. If you leave prematurely, you might forfeit the deepest truths I have been preparing for you. Stay near, trust my heart, and let me continue speaking into your situation. Open your spirit, because sometimes it is in the final moments that I reveal the critical piece of the puzzle you have been waiting for. Come to me for rest, not just physical relief, but soul-level restoration. You have worked hard, struggled, and strived. Now, allow me to be your sanctuary. When you rest in my presence, you let go of the burdens you were never meant to bear alone. You learn that I am God, and you are my beloved child. In that rest, I refill your cup until it overflows, enabling you to pour out to others with renewed joy and vigor. Let my spirit calm the storm within your mind. Let me hush the voices that say you must do more, be more, and achieve more, so that you can finally hear my voice telling you that you are loved as you are. My love is an anchor in every tempest. I do not withdraw it if you question me, nor do I reduce it if you fail. My love is steadfast because it is rooted in my character, not your actions. When you are battling condemnation or self-doubt, recall that I loved you before you even knew me. I loved you while you were far off, and I continue to love you as you draw near. My ultimate desire is for you to abide in my love, for that is where you will find fullness of joy. Let this truth be the lens through which you see yourself. You are my beloved, chosen before the foundation of the world to know and reflect my love. Faith and favor walk hand in hand. As you grow in faith, you experience more of my favor. This favor does not always look like worldly success or fame. It may manifest as peace in adversity, inexplicable joy in sorrow, or divine protection into danger. My favor is my presence overshadowing you, ensuring that all things, yes, even the painful things, ultimately work for your good. As you step out in faith, taking risks for the sake of my name, you align yourself with the current of my spirit, and blessings naturally follow. I encourage you to dream big, to pray boldly, and to live with the confident assurance that my hand is upon you. I have etched purpose into the essence of your being. You might not see it fully, but that doesn't negate its reality. Every season, be it one of rejoicing or weeping, productivity or waiting, unfolds more of the purpose I have for you. Your purpose finds its completeness in me, for I am the author and finisher of your story. Rest in the knowledge that you don't have to discover or fulfill your purpose alone. I walk with you, open the right doors, and close the ones that lead nowhere. You only need to remain receptive, obedient, and willing to place your confidence in me rather than in human wisdom or resources. Above all, my presence is the gift I continually extend. It is the holy ground where you learn to converse with me as a friend, to weep on my shoulder as a father, and to worship me as your king. The more you dwell in my presence, the more you discover that every longing in your soul points back to me. There is no need so great, no desire so intense, that I cannot fulfill in a way that is ultimately best for you. Stay close to me, and let my presence become your safe harbor, your source of unending love, and the wellspring of peace that transcends all understanding. I want to leave you with this assurance. I am eager to bless you. The heavens brim with the blessings I've prepared, waiting for the moment you step forward in faith and expectancy to receive them. Your story is still unfolding. No matter what the world says, no matter what mistakes you've made or how many times you've stumbled, my plans for you remain good. I am with you, guiding you, and nurturing you every step of the way. May these words sink into your heart and sprout into unwavering faith, profound hope, and limitless love. Believe, my child. Embrace what I am doing. Seek me above all else, and watch as my blessings overflow in your life, not just for your sake, but for the sake of all I long to touch through you. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, and trust that I will help you, let your heart answer with a silent or spoken yes. Though these final sentences draw our moment of intimate exchange to a close, know that I am never finished speaking. I will continue to whisper my love and direction to you in countless ways. Listen for me in the quiet of your prayer times, in the wisdom of my word, in the encouragement of a friend, and in the stirring of your spirit as you worship. I am always near, always faithful, and always ready to bless you beyond what you can comprehend. You are my beloved, and in my love you will find life everlasting. Amen.